Hi, my name is Jon Svitak. I'm the vaccine injury attorney with the Shannon Law Group. Our firm helps people recover financially and emotionally after they experience injuries or side effects due to vaccines. And the way we do this is by pursuing compensation for them through the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the meningococcal vaccine, which is obviously developed to prevent the meningococcal disease. The CDC recommends that preteens and teens receive a dose of the meningococcal vaccine, and there are actually two different types of this vaccination. Now, usually, after receiving this vaccine, you may experience some mild symptoms like a fever or redness or swelling at the injection site, dizziness, some things along those lines, which will typically resolve after a couple of days. However, in rare cases, there are more serious injuries that develop, and if those injuries and your symptoms from those injuries persist for at least 6 months, you may be eligible for compensation through the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. Specifically, there are 3 conditions or injuries that the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program recognizes or associates with the meningococcal vaccine, and those include SIRVA, or shoulder injury related to vaccine administration, which is an injury to the shoulder joint that is caused by the administration of the intramuscular vaccination. Typically, what we want to see in that kind of injury is pain in your shoulder within the first 2 days of the administration. And obviously, that pain or those symptoms have to persist for another 6 months before you become eligible. 2 other conditions or injuries associated with the meningococcal vaccine include fainting, and there we'd want to see the onset of that condition within 1 hour of the administration of the vaccine. And usually when we're talking about a fainting injury or type injury, in order for those symptoms to persist for at least 6 months, typically involves some kind of other injury as a result of the fainting episode. And then finally, there's anaphylactic shock, which is associated with the meningococcal vaccine. And again, for that particular condition, we're looking for symptoms beginning within 4 hours of the administration of the vaccine. So if you've experienced one of these injuries or side effects due to the meningococcal vaccine and are interested in pursuing compensation for them, what we would do is we would talk to you about your injury, find out if you meet the criteria set forth on the vaccine injury table for that injury or condition. And as long as you meet the criteria, we would begin drafting your petition, collecting all of your medical records that we need to support the allegations in the petition, drafting an affidavit for you, and filing all of these documents in the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program through the U.S. Court of Federal Claims. Once we do that, we advocate on your behalf for your entitlement to compensation. And if it's determined that you are entitled to compensation, we then advocate on your behalf for the amount of compensation that you're entitled to. And in general, what you would be entitled to are any out-of-pocket medical expenses, any lost wages or earnings as a result of the injury, and pain and suffering damages as well. Now, throughout this entire process, at no point are you going to have to pay or will you be responsible for our attorney's fees or expenses. Those fees and expenses are paid out by the government through the program. So at the end of the case, we file our own petition to recover our fees and expenses, and at no point, or it has no bearing at all on what compensation you receive for your injury. If you'd like to learn more about the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program and your options, I actually wrote a book about it called Vaccine Injuries: Understanding the Vaccine Injury Compensation Program. If you want a free copy of this book, all you have to do is text 312-847-2428 and say VICP, and we'll ship one out to you. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.